Everyone tells you to get more experience to become a duty manager. Nobody tells you exactly what skills required to become a duty manager. Today I'm going to explain what skills you need to develop to become a duty manager faster. By the end of this video, you will have a concrete checklist for the real difference between front desk and the duty manager's role. And it is not vague explanation, but it's totally based on practical scenario. If I'm going to explain about the difference between front office executive's role and the duty manager's role, some hotels this is completely different, but some hotels it's very similar. But I'm going to explain different skill components and how these skill components are going to impact on each and every role within the organization. Let's look at the skill number one. Skill number one is decision making under incomplete information. Now you know there are many scenarios in a hotel. You have to make decisions under certain situations where there is no information. But in such condition, front desk totally rely on procedures and policies which is already established in the department. But if you are a front desk supervisor or a manager, you can refer those procedures and take a decision. Now as an example, let's say if you want to give a discount, if you want to handle a complaint, there is a complaint procedure and you know how to handle it. But when you compare this situation with a duty manager's role, sometimes duty managers are facing various situations, scenarios where there are no information. Those are contingency situations. But when you are acting in a contingency situation, you need to understand you cannot follow procedures or policies. So in this situation, what we need to do is we have to rely on whatever the available information, and based on the scenario, the front desk duty manager should be able to take a better decision. Because you must have a skill to take decisions under very pressurized scenario and also where there is no information available within the particular department. Now within this skill number one, if you're planning to be a front office executive or if you're planning to be a duty manager, now you see how you can handle these scenarios. Front office executive, you rely on most of the procedures and policies in the organization. But if you're going to be a duty manager, you must have skills and capacity to take decisions under certain scenarios and situations where there is no information and sometimes minimum guidelines. Skill number two. Skill number two is cross-department fluency. What do you mean by cross-department fluency? Cross-department fluency means knowing each and every department and how these operations are working. As an example, you should know what is happening in housekeeping department, what is happening in kitchen department, what is happening in F&B department, what is happening in maintenance department. It doesn't say that you should have a thorough understanding about each and every department, but you should know at least what is happening. You must be able to have a slight understanding about what is the operation behind this each and every department. Now, when it comes to front office role, as a front office supervisor or front office executive, you are very thorough about your entire department. You know what is happening inside, outside. That's very clear. But as a duty manager, when you are going to take a decision, you should look at all of the departments, how things are happening. Now let's say you are going to handle a complaint related to a food or maybe a complaint related to room amenities. So then you need to understand how all these cross-functional departments are working together. When you have a better understanding only, you can handle this problem. Skill number three. Skill number three is responsible for the outcome. Now when you compare the duty manager's role and front office executive or supervisor's role, front office executive or supervisor is responsible for the outcome for the particular department only. But the duty manager is responsible for the entire operation or the entire shift of the hotel. So under this, you have to understand very clearly. So the responsibility given to duty manager is more higher or very much higher than the front desk operation. So therefore, in the case of becoming a duty manager, you must be able to take more responsibilities and you must be able to handle the pressure because you are responsible for the entire operation. Now think about your own experience. If you are in a supervisory level or executive level, or you are just trying to become a duty manager, what sort of responsibilities are you taking? What sort of skills and knowledge are you developing daily basis? So these things are very important, especially if you are in a supervisory level or junior category. If you want to climb the ladder, you need to develop these skills. As an example, you must have a operational knowledge about all the departments, and also you must be able to work under pressure, and also you must have a good knowledge about how to handle customers and how to face situations and how to make decisions under very uncertain situations. That's very, very important. But if you are going to get panic in certain situations, that is about your role is lacking with certain skills and knowledge. So therefore, you must start developing them. So in the video, under the list, I'm going to list down various skills components that you need to develop, and also what courses you can follow, especially online, and how you can develop those skills over a period of time. The final outcome of this video is to have a better understanding about how you can develop your career from front desk level to the duty manager level. In the journey of developing your career to the duty manager level, certain skills and knowledge you need to develop. That is number one. And number two is you must be able to develop your stamina and how you are going to work under pressure situations. And also at the same time, you must be able to develop your leadership skills and also your communication skills. That's very, very important. And so these are like core components that you need to look at under this journey. And apart from that, you must have a proper plan and when you are going to reach this level. That's very important. If you're planning to become a duty manager in a hotel, in my next video, I'm going to discuss about important interview skills that you need to develop and what type of questions that you are going to face, especially when you're going to apply for a duty manager position in a hotel.